Good morning and welcome to Girlfriend Minute. I am Shar.
And I'm Pascal.
How are you this fine early Saturday morning, 12:30 a.m.?
I know. I'm good. How are you? That's our
Oh,
scheduled date.
it is our scheduled
Normal
date.
time.
It is
Yeah.
our scheduled date. I'm okay. I'm okay. It's been a long
Yeah.
week. How about you?
Yeah, it's been a long week too, but I think today has been the longest day for
Right?
me. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah. I know how that is. My morning started off okay and it was pretty steady, and then it just started to like drag, like right before my lunch. It just
Yeah,
started to just like drag, and I was just like, oh God, is it time to go home yet?
I know. I mean,
The
at
answer
one
was
point,
no.
the answer was no. I'm sorry.
Saying.
Well, at one point in time, I was looking at the clock and my first shift guy was like, bye. I'm like, oh, holy crap. Is it 3 o'clock already? He was like, bye. And I'm like, okay, bye. And then after 3 o'clock, I have no idea what freaking happened. Time just stood still.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. The
Yeah.
last few hours seem to drag, and today was the case for me too. So it
Hmm.
slowed down, momentum of everything slowed down, and then it just, I don't know, I'm always the last one in my area, and I was legit the last one today.
Yeah.
Had a coworker out due to a death in the family, had another one
Hmm.
out. Everyone else got to leave earlier, and I'm just like,
You're
I could
just
be
hanging out.
robbed and no one would know I'm here.
And
First floor, back corner, no one knows I'm here but me
oh my
because everyone else is
gosh.
gone.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was just so
Yeah. Well, thank God it's Friday then, or Saturday morning, as we say now. So the weekend has started.
It has started, yes, and we've had a little entertainment this evening so far.
Yes, we have on your
my
end.
my man from Sri Lanka.
Yes, dear. He wants your banana. He
and
likes it.
Addie calls me banana, so my profile picture on Reddit is a banana, even though it's titled Girlfriend Minute. It says
Yeah.
Girlfriend Minute. It's a
Yeah.
banana because the few that I was given to choose from, I mean, the banana was really, don't laugh, the most appealing. I could not
Was
help
it
myself.
now? Was it now the most appealing?
I
That's
need
a good
a,
one. You need
I
to
need a
write it
drink.
down.
I
Write it
need a
down in
drink.
your little joke book. I like that. It was the most appealing. That's cute. Uh,
Oh my God, I need a
I
drink.
need a drink
Anyways,
too. Today I do need a drink. We should have planned that to
we
have a
should
drink
have.
tonight.
We
Yeah.
should have. We
It's okay.
definitely need
Next
to.
time. Yeah,
Yeah,
next time.
we definitely need to. So yeah, so apparently I was being hit on by a 27-year-old boy. That's what he said, boy from Sri Lanka, introvert, virgin.
Woohoo! I didn't know you were into that thing.
Apparently I am.
Oh my God. Yeah.
He
He
did
hit the
not.
wrong mama.
He did. He did not like my emoji though.
Oh well. That's too bad for him.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we had a good laugh.
Well, you still got it. Look at you. You still got it. Getting hit on by a 27-year-old introvert virgin. I mean, come on.
It's a banana picture. It's not me. I will
Oh,
not be uploading me to that.
you will not be a banana.
I'm going to stick with the banana, and it's not going
There
to
you
be
go.
me. So yeah, I just no. I mean, I just, oh my gosh, I don't know what you think he's getting out of it. He's like, can we talk romantic? No, no, we can't. What is wrong with you, little boy? It's
Oh
just,
my God. And I think we looked up what time it was, right? In Sri
and
Lanka, and
it's
it's like 10,
breakfast
almost 10
time,
o'clock. Yeah,
almost 10
breakfast
a.m.
time. He's
Eat your
romantic.
Wheaties and go to work.
He's a breakfast romancer.
Good grief.
Oh my God, that's
Eat your
crazy.
Wheaties and go to work and leave us
Well,
Americans alone over here who are minding our own business.
yes, exactly. Exactly.
I can tell you this, men of the world.
Of the
there
world,
of the
everywhere.
world, because I have to now include Sri Lanka and
Yes.
its surrounding areas, apparently.
Yes.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
Just don't.
exactly. Just
Don't
don't.
send the message. Don't tell me you're a 27-year-old introverted virgin boy and you want to talk romantic.
Right.
Because I'm laughing at you, and so is my friend, because I'm sharing this, and I will be sharing with other women.
Exactly.
And they too will laugh. So I want you to
Exactly.
know there's
I'm
nothing
sure.
sexy. I've not been waiting for that message my whole life. I just, I'm good. I've got my
Oh
dogs.
my
I've
God.
got my Netflix. I
There you
got a new
go.
purse. I'm okay.
Oh, you got a new purse?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that's exciting. You should be more excited about it.
Well, I'm deciding about it because it's totally
Okay.
not me.
Oh,
And um,
what kind of purse?
well, it's a Marc Jacobs tote, the tote bag. Have you seen
Okay.
them?
Yes,
So
I
it's
have.
the tanny. I don't own anything tanny. Light tan,
Okay.
trimmed in black. Legit says the tote bag on it.
Okay.
One of my coworkers tried to kidnap it, so apparently it's a thing.
It
Um,
must be. It must be if she
um,
tried to kidnap it.
it's I typically carry a different brand, so this is not that brand, so it's very different for me.
Yeah.
Um, I thought it might be fun and just something, I don't know.
Something
So
different.
it
Yeah.
was
Why not?
a Mother's Day gift, and so anyways, here we are,
Okay.
and I have it, and so yeah, women at this stage of life, by the way, which is not old, I'm just saying.
No. Yeah, it's not.
you know, uh,
Mature.
have matured
Yes.
beyond, do you want to talk romantic to me? No, the answer is no, I don't.
Exactly. No. No.
There's a
Not
difference
desperate.
between
Thank you.
talk romantic with one who claims to be a 27-year-old boy virgin from Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
He was reaching.
Let me tell you what are the odds that he's a he?
Well, exactly. There.
What are the
Yeah.
odds? Just
Yeah. I mean,
this
who
is
is
what
it?
the technology has done. Technology is great in certain ways. My mom used to always say that progress is good in certain ways, other ways it sucks. It does. Because this has turned people who, now they're showing you who they really are through the internet, across the
Yes.
globe. And I
Yes.
just don't think it's really necessary. I just really
No,
don't.
it's not. And I agree with you. It's just, you don't know who you're talking to nowadays.
No, you don't.
It's
That's why I could
like,
never do a dating app. You
no,
just
no. We
no,
discussed
no.
that.
We
Yeah, we
did.
discussed
Yeah.
this on our previous
I
podcasts,
would
but
probably just adopt another dog. Just-
thank you. At least they'll be loyal
yes.
and they'll love you forever.
True
And
story.
you don't have to deal with anything because even
Right.
if you yell at them, they're still going to come back and sit in your lap.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
I'm good with that.
And give you a kiss, it works out.
Exactly. It works out on all different, areas.
Levels.
So I'm
Yeah.
good
So
with that. Yeah.
I'm good with it too. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was laughing. I'm like, really? This is my life. So anyways, here we
They
are.
they they try. Those
I
people they
legit
try.
thought it had something to do with the question I posted for the podcast.
Right.
I thought someone wanted to talk or ask and have a conversation about, but no,
No.
has to be some
No.
creeper from Sri Lanka
Yes.
or
Talking
wherever
romantic.
talking
Yes.
romantic.
Yeah. Well, it's good. At least you
27-year-old
gave it to
virgin
'em.
nonetheless. Yeah,
I
right.
know,
Okay.
right?
I'm
Yeah.
buying the bridge. Anyways,
Right.
I'd be
That's what
better
I
off buying
said.
a
Like
bridge.
27-year-old virgin. Are you kidding me right now? Get out of here. Get
It's
out of
hard
here
not
with
to
that.
it's hard not to laugh,
It is. It's difficult.
So if Mr. 27-year-old introvert virgin saw the
Yeah.
name near the banana profile picture,
Yeah.
it says girl for a minute. I hope you figure it out and listen.
Well, he probably thought girlfriend minute. Oh, there's a lot of women on here. Let me try to talk
There,
romantic to someone.
right? Who will answer?
And they might fall for it.
Right. And, please don't be that female.
No, please don't. Please don't. That's exactly what they're
I
searching
mean,
for.
there's too many that do. And
There
they
is,
sit there and they had
unfortunately.
say, I thought, and I'm just like, do you not watch the news?
Well, and then they give you, some guys will give you this whole spiel and this story and this and the other thing, and that's how they kind of, reel those women in. But I mean, please don't be desperate. There's too many fish in the sea, first of all, and nobody is going to be that desperate online. If they haven't talked romantic with other people in their own country, what makes them think that they can get online and do it?
He understood the
So
emoji, and that
he
made me
sure did.
rude.
Yes. Just, women don't fall for that nonsense.
you
Don't
know,
fall for it. It's just,
well, some of us are hopeless romantics because it's nice to believe in all of that and hope that you find it. Uh, don't let that cloud your judgment, gut, and common sense.
exactly. Yes, definitely.
So but we had a good laugh, so that's
We
all we got.
did. I
We
mean, it
did.
was, hey, listen, it was the comedy hour. Okay.
it,
So we were good.
we were
I was
good.
good with that. I actually enjoyed our date for the past 42 minutes.
That we talked about it. The
Yes,
messages were coming into me because he didn't like
exactly. Yeah.
anyway. So,
He
and then
didn't
I
like
just
your
laughed some
response.
more.
That's it.
yeah.
That's all you
So,
can do is laugh.
he
Yeah.
just or he or
Yeah.
she, whatever. I don't even know. So,
Oh.
anyways, that was our entertainment for this evening. Please tune in.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just kidding.
Please tune in next week for more entertainment
You never know.
from God knows who, from
What
a
part
town
of the
that we don't
world?
even know, or a country we don't know about.
I mean,
Oh my
well, when
God.
you say Sri Lanka, I just think about that big wave of water wall that came in.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The
What is this called?
tsunami.
Thank you, tsunami.
Yes.
That I remember. Yes, from Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Wasn't that area?
It was in that area,
Yeah.
yes. And then it was also in Thailand area, also in Phuket. I think they
Yeah.
say Phuket, something like that.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, it was horrible. It was
Yeah.
horrible. I kind of looked those up a little bit on YouTube just to see, and I should not have done that.
Well, yeah.
Because
I
it's
mean,
horrible. I mean, nothing to
yeah.
laugh about. I'm not laughing at them, but it's
Well,
terrible.
that
So,
one designer who's a friend of Oprah's, him and his partner
oh
were there at the
yes.
time. And his partner, I think they were like holding onto a tree or something. And his partner
Yes,
eventually just washed away, and that was it. And they've never
correct,
seen or heard from him again. So it's
correct.
got awful, got awful. But I don't need you messaging me from there.
Thank you.
I'm good. Go find
Yes,
someone in Sri Lanka who believes you're a 27-year-old introvert virgin.
exactly, exactly. So
So.
special. Yeah. I mean, that's all I can say. What can I say about it? I
Well,
mean,
we have a lot to say
I've
that's probably we shouldn't say.
exactly we do, but we're not going to say it, on here.
Oh.
But we'll keep that inside, okay? We're going to keep that inside our little bubble in our body somewhere.
Our little bubble.
Our
Yeah.
little bubble, yeah. So what
Yeah.
do you have
So
for us this week?
I asked, when it comes to relationships, is it smarter to follow your heart or your head? So what do you think, Pascal? Do you think it's smarter to follow your heart or your head?
Well, I mean, I can tell you from my own personal experience that I always followed my heart. And for me, okay, that did not work. Maybe I should have used my head at that time. But sometimes I think uh, your heart is influenced before your head takes
Oh,
a hold of what's
absolutely.
going on. So,
Yeah.
in my case, I always try to think the best or see the best in people. And I've been burned a couple times doing that. And so I've learned my lesson, and I use my head now. Unfortunately, when I am in a relationship or thinking about being in a relationship, I always go to the awful things first, which is not right. And I'm not saying that it's right, but in my head, I'm thinking, what's the motive? What's going on?
Well, and
You
that's the
know?
thing, it's really hard nowadays, I think, for a lot of people, especially the ones who are just truly just trying to be sincere and find someone. But
Mhm.
I would be absolutely the same way, because I listen to certain people talk and I'm just like, who are you? Like
Right.
this person, I mean, just
Yeah.
what,
Well, exactly.
and
Like, I'm
I
thinking to
think when you're
myself,
young, you have this fairy tale in your head.
right.
We're raised on fairy tales to a degree. We have
We
this
sure
fairy
are.
tale in our head, and the guy on the white horse comes riding up, and oh, it's romantic, and it just everything fits.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not the
right.
case, because eventually you're no longer 19, 18, 19, 20, 21, and you grow up and you mature and you finish growing up and no one tells you that part of it. And then
Correct.
you're like, oh, crap.
Yeah, no, that's right. We are actually. That's, since we're little girls, and I'm talking about just us girls, since we're little girls, we're like conditioned to find the prince or find our, knight in shining armor, and everything is like you said in this little fairy tale that is yes in a book, but as a little girl, you're like, oh my God, I can't wait until I get older and get married, and you have all these thoughts,
Yep.
and
And while
and
that's nice and that's possible,
yeah, it's
you
not
also got to
reality.
use your head. You can't
Yeah,
just use your heart. And when you're young, you don't know that, you don't realize that, and you think that what you're feeling at that time will always stay with you, and that's not the case.
correct.
It does change.
Correct.
Now, either you change and grow together or you don't, but it does change. You
It does
cannot
change.
stay the same as you were when you were that young.
No,
If you're not growing, you're not living, you're not doing anything,
no, exactly. That's right. Yeah.
you know.
So that's why nowadays, I learned a couple of hard lessons in my life, and now I use my head more than I do my emotions. To begin. But not with everybody. I can't say with everybody. Obviously you pick and choose who you're going to deal with when it comes to either you using your heart or using your emotions. So, with guys, for me, because I'm, a single person, and if somebody comes up to me, for example, and is like, oh, and gives me this line, right? Just like the guy he just gave you now.
My
Said all I could think of is myself, oh my God, how gross. Could you
Well,
just
that's the
stop?
thing. He like you said, first it was a little bit of broken English and now it's not.
Right.
And second, do you really think asking someone, can we talk romantic, is romantic?
Right,
Is a
exactly.
turn on? I
Exactly.
mean, if you're 27, you're still young, you're still okay, haven't figured it all out clearly by the messages
Yeah,
clearly. So
obviously.
you need to pick someone younger in their 20s
Mm-hmm.
that's going to fall for the stupidity you were typing.
Exactly.
And
That's
think,
right.
oh, he's interested in me. Since no, that's not sincere. Again, my profile picture on there is a banana.
Right. Exactly. It's not like you have, this sexy picture up there or anything talking
No,
about do you want to talk sexy or
it's a
romantic. I'm sorry,
banana
romantic.
with a cheesy smile.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, in my 20s, and maybe I would have fell for that line, maybe in my late 20s, I probably would have let you slide. But then after that, I was like, it's you giving me a line is not cute anymore. Like, be more unique.
Yeah, don't repeat what
You
every other
know,
guy repeats. It's just not attractive.
Exactly. No, it's not attractive by no means. So that's
You
why
know,
sometimes I'll
and
be like,
I
get out of here.
and it clouds the head.
It does.
And then yeah, so then you end up in situations you realize I don't want to be in. So
You do. And then you're
um
like, the first thing you're like, okay, well, this guy is so cheesy. Like, I'm over it already.
right,
Like I'm done.
right.
I'm over it. And then you don't give him a chance because he just tried to do this open liner thing with you. And I'm like, oh,
Well, oh come on, I mean, the whole thing just,
No.
he need to go find someone else on there.
Yeah, exactly.
I just,
And he will,
oh,
unfortunately.
absolutely. He's on
Yes.
to the next one, I'm sure already.
Yeah, he'll find
Yeah.
somebody else who's actually very naive and will be like, "Yes, I do want to talk romantic with you." And then they continue, you know? You know what you should have said in the beginning if he said that? He said, "Well, it's going to cost you money if you want to talk romantic with me."
I should have. I didn't think that
Yes.
fast. I
I
was
didn't
too
even
busy
think
going,
that.
what is this?
Right. Well, because it's like out of the blue. That's why
Right?
you're like, what the
Yeah.
hell is
What?
happening right now?
Yeah. We'll have to remember that for the next one. But yeah,
Yes. Yeah. And
you
there
want to
will be a
talk
next one,
romantic
I'm
to me?
sure.
It's going to cost you hardcore cash in American dollars, and it needs to be Venmoed to me now.
Exactly. That's right. Exactly.
I also
Immediately.
take Zelle and PayPal.
Yeah.
I do. I
And
also have
Cash
Cash
App.
App.
Cash App. It's just,
So
yeah, that's crazy.
you tell me.
Yes. Tell me which one you like, and then once you're done and I receive it, we'll talk
We'll
romantic.
talk romantic.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. So you feel the same way then, like as far as
I
um
definitely think that, yeah,
yeah.
you as you grow and mature, you realize that your heart can say something,
Yeah.
but eventually you have to use your brain, and well, think it out, think it through, whatever is important to you in a relationship. You can't let the heart cloud the judgment because that will pass. You will heal. You will move on.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But
You can
I
weed all
definitely,
that out.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the same person I was at all when I was 19.
Oh no, me neither. Like a lot of the, I guess, bull crap that maybe I used to buy or I used to take. I just don't have time for it now. It's just like all I think about if somebody gives me that, I'm like, could you stop wasting my time?
I
Because
know,
like
right? It sounds so cheesy and fake.
it does. And then I feel like, oh my God, you're being so mean. Just let him talk. Maybe he's just trying to think, maybe I don't know, maybe he just wants to talk to you, uh, go out on a date or something. At least give him a chance. And then I'm like in my head, oh hell no. You're already gone. Bye.
Right. I have you out the door.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you hate to sound like that, but it's from experiences where the players have played you
Yes.
that you develop these thoughts and feelings and scars and wounds and all that stuff, and that we become like, no.
Yeah, so I mean, so you sit and protect yourself, like why should I fall for something like that and then
you know,
later I get a heartache after that. So,
it's just not, it's you become to where you are probably, I guess, cynical. You
yeah,
assume and
yeah,
expect the worst out of everybody in that sense. But you know what? People online have created that by having social media and using it the wrong way.
true.
You've not helped anything in the
No,
world
they ruined
of,
it for everybody else that
yeah,
is actually genuine and real,
yeah,
you know?
I mean, just, you want to have a conversation with me and you want to be my friend and you want to, nothing would be more romantic to me than meeting a guy that you have interests with, someone who makes you laugh. He's naturally smart. You feel
Absolutely.
comfortable with, you feel like you can talk to him. He'll talk you off the ledge occasionally, and vice versa.
Yeah,
And you are like friends, and it just kind of
grows from
naturally
there.
grows, and
Yes.
no one's rushing into anything, and nothing's
Yes.
fake, and you're just honest, and
Right.
all of that. That would be, at this stage of life, truly more romantic than, you want to talk romantic, I'm a 27-year-old introvert virgin.
Exactly, exactly. Well, and that's what I mean. Like that would make to me, that would make you more sexy to me. It would
Yes.
make me want to actually have a discussion with you.
Yes.
But when in the beginning, right through that gate, you start giving me stupid ass lines like, get out of here. just sit down with me, just talk normal. And I have said that to a couple of, boyfriends or whatever that I've had. And I look at them, I'm like, can't you just be normal? Why do you have to just be a jerk all the time? Or why do you have to give me stupid ass lines? Just be a normal person.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
I hear you. I yeah, I just it's hard. I
it
think it's hard
is.
for a lot of people. And but I'm at the point where I expect that out of most people now
Well,
versus the
and me too.
sincerity.
Yes, me too. And that's a shame. I
It is a
I
shame.
feel, yeah, I feel like I'm not even giving anybody a chance.
No.
So it's like I've shut myself down. I've built up that wall again after I had opened it from before. I've built it up again and I just
Yeah,
don't have time for it.
yeah, and you realize that too because it's a waste of time. You spent
It
so many
is.
years with this guy and it got you nothing but heartache. Then you were kind of talking to one guy. The problem was he didn't talk
Yeah. That's
like
another
ever.
thing. Ever, never, ever. And when you're sitting here, you're waiting for somebody to have a conversation with you and they got nothing. Like,
Yeah,
okay, well, what kind of relationship are you going to have?
you got to bring something to the table. And
Yeah,
when we say that, it's not materialistic and it's not cash.
not at
Uh,
all.
no, it's the conversation and what's going to sustain you.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. That's the main
it's
thing.
yeah.
Well, you
So
got to bring something to the table that is above me where you can give me something that I can relate to or talk to you about or something to that effect. You
so
can't come and give me just bull crap and think that that's okay. It's not okay.
yeah, it can't. It's.
No,
And of
it's
course there are
time
players, then that's
wasted.
what they're
Yes,
doing.
right.
But
And that's fine.
unfortunately, yeah, you get stuck dealing with it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
well, play on, player.
right. So someone posted either is preferable to your dick, which is basically what we're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the next one is your head, the little one, which was probably a guy, and probably that's what he uses. And the guy who messaged me is clearly what he uses. So
Clearly.
he won't be messaging me anymore. So
No, no.
no. So yeah. And then someone else wrote, your head needs to make the final decision. We can uh, make emotional connections with completely inappropriate people. And that's true. And I think
That's
that's
true.
more true for women.
Yes. Yes, I
We're more
agree.
emotional
We are more emotional beings.
and we make those connections quickly and different. So,
We do, yeah. Sometimes more quickly than we actually want to. So,
yes. Someone wrote both in a perfect world, otherwise, head and gut.
mm-hmm.
Your gut's
I,
always a good,
it is. It is
yeah.
definitely.
Someone wrote both. You need someone stable, which is what you were saying, and someone who you really connect with at a deeper level, which is true.
Right.
And when we say stable, we definitely mean mentally.
Yes, definitely.
And we understand that's a two-way road. Mentally, emotionally, financially.
Yes. Financially, at this point in time, is a big one for me.
Yeah. Well,
Like, I
yeah,
feel like
because
I don't want to waste my time. I just really don't want to waste my time anymore. I've wasted
I,
so much of my time that my time is very valuable to me now. So,
yeah. And for me, it's the financially stable comes into role as like no one's getting married, especially off the bat. So you got to be adventurous and outgoing because I'm not a sitter.
exactly.
And so you're going to have to pay your way.
Yeah.
I'm not made of money. And I don't
Yeah.
expect you to pay my way. I'm just saying.
Well, see,
Yeah,
I was
no.
brought up in the way that, yes, the man should pay for your way, no matter what.
Well, I know what you're saying, and I was brought up in that same way too. And back then we all were. But this is 2024
Yeah.
and
Well,
things have changed. So if we're going to take charge of who's in our life to what level, I think it comes to that as well. You can't be like, you know what, we're just going to be friends, but you're going to, and the guy's thinking and hoping it'll turn into something more.
well, and that's what you're
So,
talking about. Yeah.
well, yes
Where
and
it kind
no.
of is like a
Like
lead on because
if
that's what
I'm
they
in a
have in their head.
newer relationship and we're going somewhere, I'm not expecting automatically him to pay my way. I would feel awkward in a newer relationship expecting that. It's one thing if you've had the conversation, but by no
Yeah.
means am I saying, because I'm now looking for, I want to venture in life.
Yeah. Well, the guys that I've dated are more culturally my culture. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just a kind of automatic thing, but I get what you're saying. I mean, I've been on dates actually before with different genres of people, okay? And usually on those kinds of dates, I usually will pay my way just because I don't want him to think that because he's paying for me that there's something else going to occur.
Well, don't get me wrong. If you're taking me on a date, you're paying for my meal.
Yeah.
I'm talking trips and being new to a relationship. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
different level.
It is,
Like,
yeah. But by
to
that time, I
me,
think you would have had a discussion by that time. I
well,
mean, I don't usually take trips with somebody that I just
no, I'm not
met.
saying someone you met either, but a newer relationship where you like being with them and it can be adventurous, but you're questioning it on your end,
Whether you actually
and
want to be
he's
together.
expecting
Yeah.
something else. And so
Okay,
if
I
you're in
see.
that situation, which I think is kind of, I think a lot more women are in that situation. There's a lot of
Yes.
women that are questioning certain things just because of how things are nowadays. It's just, I hear so much, and it's just,
Yeah, no, it's true.
it's
It's
sad
true.
that to a
It is.
degree it's changed so drastically
It is. It is very sad. But
and
like you
not in
said,
a
it
healthy
has
way.
no, but like you said, before, it's all about, social media and everybody just ruining it for everybody else. It's
Yeah.
difficult. It's difficult.
Yeah. And I think also too, if you're in a relationship and it's ends up being long term, but no commitment for marriage, if
Hmm.
that's not what you're looking for, I
Then you
don't
got to
know.
move on.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. There are people that stay in long-term relationships because it's comfortable and they're okay with it, but they'll occasionally, every so many years, take a trip. And it's like, who's paying for what?
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, yeah, I guess
How do
that's
they
kind of
work all that out? Because
questionable.
it's like, I pay my cell phone, she pays her cell phone. I pay this, she pays her own
Some of
this,
them live together as though they're married, so they just kind of do it together
Well,
and
combined it, but then that comes
but
to legal stuff. So
right,
if you're trying
and
to keep everything separated for legal reasons, especially in the state of Florida, as there's no common law marriage,
well, then I'm
I don't know.
assuming that maybe they might keep everything separate, like you said, where she pays her way, he pays his way, and then they just keep going.
Yeah, I don't know.
You have
I
both.
think there's a mixture is
It
nowadays.
could
It's more
be.
of a mixture, whereas I grew up with the man pays and I always expected it and I didn't lift a finger. I didn't.
Yeah,
I think I'd be a little different now,
yeah.
you
Well,
know.
because
I don't want
it's
to feel
funny.
like a user. I feel like there's
Well, and
so
that's the
much
thing.
fake out there and I
Well,
don't use people.
and times have changed from back in the day, okay? Because now it's life is hard. Life is hard to actually live, to pay your bills, to do all of that stuff. So when you have somebody that you can actually trust or be there for you, and you're working things out together with that person, it makes life a lot easier and a lot better. And
Does it?
both sides have to help, you know?
If
But
you're
I'm
in a
talking about
relationship with
marriage,
someone who is like that,
who is
who's
committed.
gonna
Yeah.
meet you, it's not even that. They can be committed and have the attitude that I make more money, I'm in charge of it. I do this, I'm in charge of it. So again, it's
I
not
mean, yeah,
necessarily, yeah,
yeah,
so
they
black and white.
no, it's not. And I don't like, I don't want anybody to have or think that they have any control over me because they pay for this or pay for that. Um, I was having a conversation with someone about that today, and it was just funny to me because it was like he was saying or talking to me about how a lot has changed and women have become so superficial, and he's talking about the ones who are younger, where they're asking how much money you have in the bank, what kind of car are you driving, you know
Oh,
uh
that's, yeah,
that kind of stuff.
that's
So
fishing for,
it is, it
you know.
is, but even so, even if let's say he doesn't work and I'm at home and I'm doing, work at home or whatever, I just don't, I feel when I have a relationship with someone, we should help each other, regardless of what it is. And it could be me being in a fantasy world, and because I'm not going to say that's how I was raised. My mom went to work, my dad went to work. My dad was out of work for a little while, and my mom was kind of picking up the slack and stuff like that. So it's not that I was raised,
It's that
thinking a
old
different type
fashioned
of way.
value.
It
It's that
is,
old
it is,
fashioned value
it is
because I've always expected the man
to do the
to
man's
to
job.
pay and stuff like that.
Job in
And
quotes.
I, and but I watch so much and know so much about so many people, what they have shared, that I'm just like, I don't know now. It's because of how things have changed. You have to change your way of thinking too with the times to
Yeah,
protect yourself. It's
true.
more of self-protecting than because my mom was a stay-at-home mom
Yeah.
the whole time they were married. She
Mhm.
was a stay-at-home mom, you know. I mean, that's just how it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's all I knew. And so I kind of always thought that's what I would have. I did have that for a while, but um, life doesn't always deal you the right hand. So, but nowadays, though, I think women have to be a little more proactive in protecting themselves.
Well, yeah, they do because women are up now, doing things, moving around, doing what they want to do. They're not depending on the male to take care of everything anymore. They're taking care of it by themselves.
Yeah. Someone wrote, in the best relationships, you can use both. That's true.
It is in the best relationships. Yeah.
Yep, that's
But
true.
where are
That's
they? Where are those best relationships? I don't know. I know I might sound like a Debbie Downer, but I'm really not. I mean, I just,
well. I don't think it's you sound like a Debbie Downer. I think, and don't get me wrong, it's every woman I think who wants to meet a man. I'm not saying every woman wants to meet a man. Whoever wants to find their significant other, a man,
yeah.
uh, wants the man shining armor on the white horse to be the
Yeah.
one that, you know, as some say, check all the boxes, which I really kind of hate that terminology because, I don't have a list with boxes. Do you? I don't know. I
No,
mean,
I
it's more of a
don't.
mental thing and it's a natural attraction, and then whatever comes out of their mouth is going to determine a lot of things. So,
Yeah.
I just think that, for women who are looking for a man, I think times have changed. And if he asks you out on a date, yes, he should pay. However,
Hmm.
if your relationship progresses and you're not wanting to get married, I mean, I have someone who's just like, we're never getting married. We're just gonna live together in
Yeah, I
harmony.
know people like that too, and they're
Yeah,
happy and they're fine. I'm
I
not
have
saying
one friend.
100%, but
No, well, no one ever is.
no one
I have a
is.
friend where he just pays for everything, and he's like, no, I'm paying for everything.
Yeah.
And then I have another one who's like, we keep everything completely separate.
Yeah.
So it's whatever I guess you're comfortable with and whatever you guys work out.
Right. It's whatever
I
you discussed.
I would be a little hesitant to jump in 2 feet first
Mm-hmm.
in this day and age with anyone
Oh
until
yeah.
I
I'm
thought for sure and the
no,
conversations were good and you know what I'm saying? And
I'm in the same boat right now. Like I'm, I agree 100% with you about that one. I'm very hesitant to move forward. As far as, I really have to trust him. It's hard for me to trust. I have
well,
to trust that he's going to take care of me. And I don't want him to take care of me, like give me everything and do this and do that. But I want him to be genuine. I want him to talk to me, to tell me this is what, I'm okay with this. I'm not okay with this. I'm good with this. I'm not okay with that. And
have
then
the
we discuss it.
conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we discuss it. And I tell him, well, I'm not okay with you not being okay with blah, blah, blah. But that's the problem is the conversation thing. I'm not quick to
Yeah.
jump into any relationship right now because number one, I don't have time. Okay. But number two, if I want to make that time, I want it to be worth that time.
Well, and no offense, the last few guys you had, neither one of them were talkers in the right way.
No, not at
First of
all.
all, the one didn't talk at all, so
No, he
he
sure as hell didn't. I
legit
was
did not
like,
talk.
literally, no, literally, I know you know. I told you so many times, like he doesn't even talk. Like I'm the one talking and I can't
And
think
then
of
the other,
everything to say.
exactly. And then the other one was just a BSer,
He was a BSer. That's
you
it.
know.
He's good
So,
at that.
yeah. So it wasn't sincere.
No, not at all.
But boy, when he needed something, he let you know he needed something in the
Oh, he
sense
sure
that,
did.
you
Yeah.
know, do this, do that, and whatnot, or do this for
Yeah.
me, or help me with this, or whatever.
Yeah. Of course.
So, yeah, it's a
Of
shame.
course. It is a shame because I thought he was better than that when I first met him. I thought he was I'm not going to say I thought he was the one. No, my mind didn't go there. But I thought I was like, oh gosh, finally, like this is
A decent
great.
guy, yeah.
Yeah, a decent guy, he paid attention, he listened, he didn't hang out all the time with his friends, he wanted to hang out with me. You know, all of us need time away from our partner, okay? And I get it and I understand, but he was like all fully in, wholeheartedly, and I'm like, wow, this is so awesome, right? And then I have no idea what the hell happened. His like light switch happened or turned off, or I have no idea. And then he wouldn't talk about it. So how am I supposed to know what you're feeling?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, unfortunately, actions speak louder than words.
Yeah,
So,
well,
if you have to keep asking, I have learned,
don't bother.
don't bother.
Yeah, don't bother.
Because if they want to fix it and they want to work on it and they want to have that conversation with you and they trust in what you guys have, they're going to have the conversation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like,
And
I
be
learned.
open
Yeah,
and honest and be able to listen.
correct. Yeah. Well, I've learned each relationship, teaches me something. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
The next person wrote, the right person won't make you feel like you have to choose because you already know the answer.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, your gut too tells you. My gut tells me.
Yeah.
The guy's sitting there just saying whatever to me and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, why are you talking?
Right. Right? Right? Can you
Some
be
of them
quiet?
truly, yeah, can you stop? Make my ears hurt.
You see that woman over there? I think she wants you to talk to her. Go over
Right.
there.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. how times have changed. So this isn't different. Whichever has received more proper training regarding being civil, and whichever one knows the people are being intentionally made to have differences that cause discomforts.
Huh?
So I wrote it as it's written. So I think they're not
Okay.
from the US.
Okay.
Whichever has received more proper training regarding being civil, and whichever one knows the people are being intentionally made to have differences that cause discomforts. So I basically am taking from this that someone who is a civil, properly trained, I'm going to assume is manners, respect,
Right. Yes.
ethics,
That's what
all
I
that
took
type
that.
of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And being civil and intentionally made to have differences that cause discomforts. I really don't know.
Well, maybe they have some kind of differences that clash with the other person, and not in a good way that
Well,
causes
yeah.
fights and causes problems. So,
Well, if you have differences that causes fights and problems, it is not healthy.
no, no,
And
you
there's
shouldn't be with that
there's your
person.
answer. Yeah, because
Yeah.
if you can't talk and communicate, and fighting's not the answer in communicating.
No.
I know some
No.
people like to butt heads and have that battle, and some people have that mentality, no one's going to tell me what to do. Well, no one's going to tell you what to do, but you can also choose to walk away and not participate in that level
Correct.
of whatever you want to call it.
Insanity, that's what I call it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
Yeah.
The smartest thing to do is maintain a healthy balance between the two, in my opinion. Well, yes, you can try. That doesn't mean the other person's going to meet you halfway with that same belief.
No, that's true. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I mean, that's what causes hurt and scars and people building walls and being cautious.
Yes.
Not everything's always reciprocated.
No, that's true. Yeah. The other person may not always have the same thinking or thoughts that you do. So,
No, no, definitely not. I think your heart to begin, your mind will talk you out of experiences because they are unknown, but at some point they get to work together. So,
they do if your relationship and things are going in a good way. They do tend to work together. But then again, we're making and creating a scenario that, like you said, is like a storybook scenario.
it is. So
So
this
it's not
person that
reality.
responded, this person that responded was married and husband has cheated multiple times. And
And do they know of this
who
cheating?
who know?
Does the
Oh, they're
person know of the
separated.
cheat?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, no, she
Ah,
knows.
okay.
She knows. No, no, she knows that they're separated.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, no, no. She caught him multiple times. And
Okay.
her heart, because he was the absolute love of her life, her heart, she kept trying to fix it, kept trying to work it out. He
Sure.
kept doing what he wanted to do.
Right.
It took a while, I think, for her brain to catch up to her heart and be like, he's making choices on purpose.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
you
And
know, and I,
sometimes it happens that way, unfortunately,
well,
you
yeah,
know,
she's trying to hold her family together. They have young kids, so she's trying to hold her
okay.
family together. They're young,
Yeah.
and they have a set of twins and another child. So, trying to hold the family together, and so that their
Well, here's the
family.
thing with that. Like, okay, you are a family and you're going through your relationship, whether you're married or not married, okay, because you can have family either way.
Hmm.
So you're trying to hang on to this relationship that you have for your family, but you're not thinking about how it affects your family. Like,
Correct.
okay, yes, you have kids, but those kids, also have eyes and ears.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
So
many
it's
women who get stuck in that rut, or almost, is it brainwashing?
I would
It's
it's
something
almost
along,
very similar to brainwashing. Yeah.
I have to keep my family together, my kids. It will be devastating. What's devastating is hearing the hatred and anger when you all are fighting.
Right.
That doesn't
Exactly.
ever leave.
No.
That doesn't
No,
ever
because
leave.
that's ingrained in those
Yeah.
kids' brains. Yeah.
And her kids are young. So
Mhm.
young. So they have
Yeah.
witnessing all that at a young age. And I
Mhm.
can tell you, as from someone who came from a family where the father, well, he was always looking for a fight with my mother, and she didn't ever really stand her ground, but um, that I know of. I don't know
Right.
any differently. Uh, my childhood's memories are of those moments.
Right.
It kind of overshadows the good moments, that to the point that it has erased them.
Yeah. That's what it
And
does.
I was 9 when my parents got divorced, but you know, if if you had a horrible childhood, you gotta think back to that, and you gotta remove your heart out of the emotion and be realistic to what's happening.
Yes.
You
Yes.
truly do.
Well, and that's funny you said that because so culturally speaking, okay,
Hmm.
our Arabic culture is you get married, you don't get divorced. Now everybody's getting divorced. It's a different story. But I'm talking, in a different sense. So there's also a lot of men in the culture that think that way, the same as the woman trying to keep the family together because we have children,
Hmm.
but the wife is, not doing what is supposedly considered that she should be doing, okay, that's a whole nother podcast by itself because I don't believe in that crap either.
Yeah, I
But
get you.
yeah, but so he's not happy, she's not happy, she wants to get out, he doesn't want to get out because it's traditionally have to stay
Frowned upon.
together.
Yeah.
Yes, have to stay together no matter what. So they're both in a miserable relationship, but
Hmm.
they stay together.
And you can sit there and be like, I hope my kids are old enough to understand. Well, they don't really understand the dynamics of what goes behind closed doors either. And they don't understand
Right.
every conversation, and they haven't had to deal with it themselves one on one, and they're learning from you, and they absorb all of that.
Right.
So,
Well, and
again,
I had a friend of mine that said, like he's separated from his wife, okay? They're staying together though, married together because of the children, right? And
hmm,
now his child is like almost 18 years old, and he is telling his dad that he does not want to get married. So I asked the dad, well, why is he telling you that, you think?
yeah, he
Because
learned.
he learned he didn't really see a good relationship between you and your
Yeah,
wife.
yeah,
So
yeah.
why is she still your wife? Let her go.
Why?
Let her move
Why would
on.
I want to live like that forever?
Exactly. Why would
You
you?
know,
You want to be
I
miserable
mean,
your whole life till you die?
and
Like,
it can't be because you took the kids to Disney a few times and made some good
right.
memories. That's not
No,
enough.
no, it's insignificant to them.
It's very insignificant. I have another friend who is with someone, been with someone for a while, and they have kids together. They are not married, and her significant other recently told her, if you're just staying for the kids, don't.
Wow. Just like
So
that.
oh yeah, he's feeling certain things, and she's been feeling certain things, and I think he's starting to see it and realize how the
Okay.
relationship has changed. She's
Yeah,
still there and participates in ways, but it has
it has
changed.
changed. Yeah.
Hmm.
And sometimes it does, especially when you get married when you're so young, or you're in a
Yes.
relationship when you're so young.
Yes.
you're young and you're carefree and your thoughts are different, and then as you get older your thoughts start changing. If both of you are not on that same level, it's very difficult to keep that relationship going,
Yeah.
whether it's for the family or not.
No. And they see it and they will take away from it, no matter what you say to them or how you talk to them about it. They still are going to have those flashbacks of those moments that were not good.
Yeah. Well,
And they're going to think about them on their own. They don't have to
they
tell
sure
you.
are.
They're entitled to think on their own without having to tell mom or dad what they're thinking about, what they're reliving in their brain.
Yeah.
It's that is natural.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
can't, that is
That is
natural.
just, yeah, it's something that's going to happen regardless of how you feel or you think about it. And culturally to us, okay, um, well, to my parents, you would say, oh, the kids are so young, they're not paying attention, they don't see it, they don't hear it, they don't this, they don't that, and they just blow it off. Well, that's not correct.
No, it's not
It's not
correct.
correct.
And you can
So,
try to talk to them, and you can't try to make them pick sides or choose sides, because
no,
that's not fair to the kid. They didn't ask to be in this
no, they
toxic
sure didn't.
environment.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
And so yeah, no, it just it is it is sad. The age old, I stay for the kids in any culture,
Yeah.
any language is not cool. You're
No,
not
not at
doing your
all.
children favors if you live in a toxic house, in the sense that you're fighting, there's a bunch of negativity.
Right.
I
And they'll
mean,
start thinking negative about any relationship that they're going to grow up and have.
yes.
They'll picture their relationships similar to what they grew up with, and it's not fair to them
No.
because they haven't even experienced life yet.
No. And to some degree they will follow.
Yes, some do.
They could learn in the wrong ways from that, and they could follow
Absolutely.
or make some of the same poor choices.
Yes,
you know
absolutely.
that is one thing that I am grateful for, is that for whatever reason, whatever stuck in my head, whatever triggered whatever, that I'm like, I'm not doing this when I'm older.
Yeah.
I've not participated in the verbal physical abuse of alcoholism.
Right, right.
And all of
Well,
that
and
yelling and screaming. Yeah.
that's good that you got away from that. But some like you said follow it, and it repeats itself. The cycle keeps going then.
It does. And is that because that's kind of a genetic thing, in the sense of personality and traits and characteristics and stuff? Like
I don't know. That's a good
alcoholism
question. Yeah,
and
I don't
drug
know.
users have that addictive personality.
Right.
So is that kind of the same thing?
I don't know. But you don't have an addictive personality, do you?
I don't know. I can
Yeah.
walk away from
So
anything in a heartbeat, and I don't generally keep
so I
doing
think
it.
it's a learned behavior more so than it is a genetic behavior.
Well, I don't know about that, because I know of a family where there's a lot of them on that side that are uncles and nephews that live in different areas that have all
And
done.
the same things?
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a really good question.
I don't know.
Yeah. It
It's
could
like,
be a little
what
bit of
made it
both.
different for me? Maybe a little bit of both. What
Yeah.
made it different for me that didn't make it different for that family?
Exactly. Yeah.
But see, my dad was the only one with a problem
Yeah.
in my immediate family.
And the other people that there was more,
Mm.
like it was like both problems or just not
Um, it,
one-sided versus the
it,
other?
no, it was both problems. They were alcohol and drugs, and
Okay.
sometimes it was both siblings. Sometimes it was one sibling out of the sets of
Sure.
nephews and nieces and cousins and kids and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it was one brother out of a set of four siblings, or
Okay.
sometimes it was not. It was, and then their uncles and sometimes none of their parents did anything, but the uncles did, and it was just kind of, but it was very prevalent almost, that
Yeah.
family,
Well, then
that
then I
run a
would say
family.
maybe a little bit of both. I think it's a learned behavior, and then I think it's a matter of
Because
genetic.
I get it, like if they're living in the same house and they're growing in the same house and they
Yeah.
see this and this is what they're being taught, that I totally get and agree
Yes.
with. But when it's so many members of a family, that's a big family, and they're spread out,
Right. Then maybe
and
it's a possibility there is a genetic gene
and
in there.
some of them started leaving home as teens
Mm-hmm.
to escape it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's interesting to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit of both. I mean, chemistry plays a big role, in your body too, especially in women's bodies. Uh, there's a lot of things that happen to a woman's body, a lot of hormonal changes and things like that. So I can see that it could be partly genetic as well.
So I watch and I see, and it's like
Hmm.
the typical response is, oh, yeah, it runs in their family. But if the
Yeah,
family's spread out and some have moved out of the air, I don't know, it's just kind of all throughout the whole family.
yeah, it could be because, some people have that addictive personality and
Yeah.
some people don't. So where do you get that addictive personality from? Is it
Well,
a chemical? Is it a DNA? Is it a gene?
I don't know.
It could be.
Yeah,
It could be.
I don't
I
know.
mean, there's a lot of gamblers on my dad's side of the family.
Yeah.
Um, so it's a possibility that we all have that gene. Well, I'm one of them too. I can have an addictive personality over gambling, but I
Can
can
you?
stop myself too. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I just don't
yeah.
for
So,
anything. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's
It's
good.
one less thing on my plate.
Yes. Seriously, one less thing to think about or have as
Right,
far as
right.
genetic goes.
Yes, as far as it goes. So that was it, my dear. That was kind of, you know,
They
it
were
when it
kind of
comes to
similar but
relationships.
different.
Your head or your heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean it's gonna be, I was just curious what women are thinking, especially in this day and age. Again,
Hmm.
no one really elaborates in a huge sense to say, well, back in the day, but today I think I would love answers like that, a few more answers
Right.
like that,
Right.
a little more detailed and specifics of why you're thinking that, your thought process. So,
Right. Right.
yeah, so, but I think it's definitely difficult. It's definitely has changed for people over the years to be in relationships. For me as a female, I'm definitely more leery of, Sri Lanka messages and whatnot. It's
Yeah.
just,
Well, yeah, exactly. Me too. I
yeah, no.
mean, I've been on the dating sites, I've dated, I've done, that kind of thing. And all of those have taught me to be actually more leery of people.
Well,
And
yeah, that would be it for me. Again, I
yeah,
just go adopt another dog. I'm fine.
yeah, I agree. I agree.
you
I
know,
don't blame you. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough being single out in this world right now and trusting people. Unfortunately, it's sad to say.
and unfortunately, people have created that,
They have, yeah,
the wrong
yeah,
people,
the wrong
and
people, yeah.
have shown people are like social media. No, media just made it easier for people to show their true ways. They were doing stuff way before
Oh yeah,
social media came
absolutely.
along. So, yeah,
Absolutely. Well, nowadays you can hide whatever you're doing and then nobody's going to know who you are, so you could say whatever you want and do whatever you want.
that's true.
Yeah. So,
Some
and
are.
be whoever you want.
I am not one of those people. So,
No, I'm not either. I'm pretty straightforward and
yeah,
you like it, you like it. You don't like it, I don't know
don't.
what to tell you.
Then you can leave the room.
Then you could leave, yes. But we do appreciate you guys as always. Thank you for listening. Please hit that little subscribe button there or bell or whatever it is. Nowadays, I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm not even on social media that much anymore. But yeah, if you guys want to hear or listen to us talk about a certain subject, please leave it in the comments and Char will get back to you on that. We also have email too as well. And then I will turn it over to her so she can tell you where we are everywhere.
We are everywhere. So, as always, you can find us on Spotify, Amazon, Samsung, Podcast Index, Listen Notes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pandora, TuneIn, iHeart, and Deezer. And I just want to say a shout out to our friend Crystal. She is getting ready to leave on her 10-day Alaskan cruise on Sunday.
Yay,
And I
Crystal.
am envious.
Yes. Have
And
fun, girlfriend.
yeah, I know she's worrying about it. And of course, it's a big trip. It's 10 days and she's
It
not
is.
done on a cruise ship. So, there's no going back.
Oh,
But I love
oh,
flying and all that stuff. So I just told her, just get on the plane. It's part of the adventure and just go get it. You'll be fine.
yes. Go get it done. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. Live it
Yeah,
up. Live it up.
definitely.
Yeah.
So that's it until next week, my dear, dear friend.
Until next time.
You have a wonderful rest of your morning.
You too. Bye.
Bye.